Ethiopia say there are no survivors after a passenger plane crashed with more than 150 people on board. The Ethiopian Airlines plane was carrying 149 passengers and 8 crew. 7 of those on board were British, along with more than 30 other nationalities. The plane crashed shortly after taking off from the capital Addis Ababa en route to Nairobi in Kenya. It's not yet clear what caused the Boeing 737 to come down. The plane had only started service a few months ago. From Nairobi, Alistair Leithhead reports.
Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 was due to arrive in the Kenyan capital Nairobi this morning, with 149 passengers and 8 crew on board. It took off from Addis Ababa at 8:35 in the morning local time, but just 6 minutes later it disappeared from the radar. It crashed near the town of Bishoftu, just 37 miles from the airport. A search and rescue operation was launched, but it soon became clear there would be no survivors. The Ethiopian Prime Minister's office put out a statement expressing its deepest condolences to the families of those who've lost loved ones.
We need to make sure that their relatives and friends who are meeting them at Nairobi Airport, who are supposed to meet them at Nairobi Airport this morning, are supported in the best way possible in this time of anxiety.
Among the dead were people from 33 countries. A major international United Nations convention is due to start in Nairobi on Monday, and delegates were arriving today. Some UN staff died in the crash. 7 British nationals were also among the dead. The aircraft was brand new. Ethiopian Airlines, Africa's biggest operator, received its first Boeing 737-800 MAX aircraft last June. The plane that crashed was only delivered in November, 4 months ago. It had flown up from South Africa this morning. And it's the same type of aircraft bought by Lion Air that crashed off Indonesia last October with a loss of 189 passengers and crew, also shortly after takeoff. Boeing said it was deeply saddened and that a technical team was ready to provide assistance. Now all thoughts are with the families of those killed. Alistair Leithhead, BBC News, Nairobi.
And Alistair joins us live now from our Nairobi bureau. Alistair, what more is known about those who are on board this plane?
Well, as we said in that report, 33 different nationalities were on board. We understand that there were 32 Kenyans killed, 18 Canadians, and as we said there, 3 Britons. There's this big conference. It's the UN Environment Convention Assembly that's happening here. There's a suspicion that quite a lot of people on board the flight may have been coming for that, which explains perhaps why there were so many different nationalities on board.
And Alistair, tell us a bit more about the plane and how much concern will there be that this brand new plane has crashed like this?
Well, I think obviously there'll be this investigation into what went wrong and why perhaps this class of aircraft, this was, as I said, an aircraft that was delivered just in November. And you can see in these crash scene pictures that have just come in how little there is left of this aircraft. Eyewitnesses who told the BBC that when they got there was this fireball. It was very intense flame and nothing was left of that aircraft, as you can see from those images. So yes, all focus will be on obviously the cause of the crash now.
Alistair, thank you very much indeed. Alistair Leithhead there for us in Nairobi.